So, man, how's your Saturday been so far?
Uneventful. I mean, same old shit. Wake up early as fuck and
Early as fuck, bro.
Early
You
as
called me
fuck.
early this morning.
yeah.
And I was like, one more hour.
Yeah.
You totally called me. Like, I was not in the shower yet when you got to my house.
Yeah, no.
I was
no,
getting
see.
up to go to the shower.
Yeah, no. That's about how it goes.
I was not prepared. Because I had my phone next to my face. And I was like, when he calls me, or like when my alarm, because I had an alarm for 8:45. I think he got there at 8:43. And then my phone just goes bing. And I was like, oh, he must be about to leave. And I like rolled over and it was like here. And I was like, oh, I got to get up right now. What was that like from your perspective?
What do you mean?
Could you tell? Like, when you rolled up.
Well,
And
whenever
you texted me. Whoa. Explain.
Well, when I knocked on the door, took a few seconds, then you called me. I was like, okay, maybe he's taking a shower.
Right.
But then I realized the shower wasn't running, and I was like, okay.
For at least a little bit.
Yeah.
Then I started running it.
Yeah.
So you already know this, but nobody else does.
Okay.
But I got a cat. And she has a personality, I would say, of like a high school, but like not like a high school girl, but not a girl, like not a regular high school girl, like on some Wizards of Waverly Place Selena Gomez style.
I never watched it.
Oh my god, that was like my Wizards of Waverly Place was like my favorite show.
That was on Disney Channel, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I didn't really fuck with Disney Channel at all.
It was definitely like 31, 44. Sorry, you guys probably don't have my cable.
That 78 was Disney, huh?
It was Cartoon Network, then Nickelodeon. I would look in this order.
Yeah.
Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon. If neither one of them had like a good show on,
yeah,
I'd see what was on 78, which was Disney Channel.
Yeah.
So, well, that's a good introduction. You want to get right into it? I see you. I got notes on my phone. You got notes on like an actual notepad.
Yeah, I mean,
looks much more professional. Honestly.
I mean, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, I think it does. I think it looks good. It looks professional from here. You got your pen in the middle, and it's just
that's my little teledoc notebook I keep by my bed when I'm dying and I have to call the doctor.
Oh yeah, I forgot you have on-call doctor. I bet that's nice.
It is. They can
you
just call the prescription in, and I just go to Walgreens or CVS and pick it up.
I'm thinking about like notes for work and shit.
Nah. Second at 5 o'clock hits, dog, I'm off. No notes.
Well, no, I'm saying like if you had to miss work, right? Like say you miss work.
Yeah.
Can you call the doctor and get a doctor? Like say you're at home, right, and you're sick, so you call work and you're like, yo, I can't make it today. Can you call your doctor that way and get a note?
No, they can't give you a note.
Really?
Yeah.
They can't even like email
I'd
you
have
something?
I'd have to go to like an urgent care or something.
Never mind. Fuck that, dude. I'm never actually that sick. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't get sick very often.
Me neither. And like even when I'm getting sick, I'm like, you're not getting sick, pussy.
Yeah, no.
Get over it.
Just talk yourself out of it.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, it doesn't always work. I'm not gonna say
yeah. Sometimes it gets much worse.
Yeah, sometimes I definitely do get sick.
Yeah,
but I try to just like ignore it until it's to a point where I'm like, all right, I'm fucking sick. I'm gonna go somewhere.
Yeah. So, did you want to go first?
No. I mean,
come on, man.
You want me to?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll start with something fun that I was thinking about. Not really fun, but something that I thought was interesting.
Okay.
So let's say if someone came to you seriously, because I always joke about this, and I'm always like, fuck yeah, I'd do it. But like, if someone really came to me and was like, hey, so we're going to Mars in 2020, right? And we have room on the spaceship. Do you want to come? Would you go?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah.
See, that's what I used to say. When I was like 16. Well, I mean, now it's just because of girlfriend and stuff. Don't want to like just go to Mars.
Yeah.
But like if they were like, we'll bring you and your family, you can go to Mars, would you go? And I'd be like, man. I've seen a lot of like dystopian just space movies, too
Yeah.
many, where it's just like not even dystopian, not like apocalyptic, just like. Okay, so here's my thing.
Yeah.
There was a study. I don't even know what college. I don't know shit, but I know they had like prisoners and guards, and it was like a fake setup thing. They like made a fake prison, and they got college students to come in, and they were like randomly, they were like, "You're a guard, you're a prisoner," right?
Okay.
And then they got these people into like this controlled area, and like eventually there was like hazing by the guards to like the prisoners, and like they took a real power trip just being because they got a label. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So my whole thing is like, when we get up there, like, what's the democracy? Like, people can go. There's a bunch of cases in history of like mass hysteria.
Yeah.
If you got like 30 people and like 15 of them get like a bad idea or like start going like space crazy or anything, like, I mean, it's 15v15. Like, then you have a small civil war on Mars, and like there's no police.
Yeah.
There's no cops. There's no like. I could just see when I like, because I'll be cool. Like, I'll be trying to make a new civilization.
Yeah.
And then there's just 15 people who are just up there, and they realize, they were like, well, who the fuck's going to stop me? Like, I mean.
I could see that, yeah. But why in the fuck would you want to?
I mean, why do people do mass shootings and stuff? There's just some sick-ass people out there.
Yeah. But
And I mean,
I believe if you're, offered to volunteer to go to another planet and re-civilize and whatnot, I believe there's a huge deterrent as far as whether to go mad crazy. I mean, whether you have to, or it's a
you got the world on your
involuntary,
back.
you know what I'm saying? But I don't see it being that big of a problem if they were to go crazy.
I mean, saying going crazy. Okay, so what's the democracy like? So say if you feel like your rights as a Martian are being impeded on, what do you do?
I get back to that fucking air dome and punch somebody in the fucking face.
But but then all of a sudden now it's 20, because say you punch someone like who was like in, because here's the thing about people, when you get a group of 30 people together, there's going to be the most liked person.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah.
You get into a scuffle with the most liked person, he's got a lot of pull between 30 people that you're stuck with on Mars.
Well, all I gotta say is that dude better have hands, and everybody else better have hands.
Agreed. But I don't want to be fighting for my life.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to either. But if there's a set right of no fucking going out past 4:00 in the morning,
right,
Mars time, whatever. And somebody says, okay, we're gonna change that to midnight.
Right.
That's bullshit.
That is, but who you contact? Like, they could raise hell about it.
We're not gonna contact anybody. I'm gonna tell them to kiss my ass, and
yeah,
I'm gonna do what the fuck I want.
Exactly. But then you end up having to. So I'm thinking like American Revolution type shit. Like, also, it's not just gonna be us. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see it just being American people.
No,
like,
it would
once we
definitely
go up there, it's gonna be a world.
Yeah, they would take people from all countries,
all
and
walks of life.
Yeah.
Very smart, intelligent people.
Yeah, I mean, they can go ahead and rule me off that list, but
I mean,
if they needed a fucking
like
equipment yard guy,
biomechanic engineer, like, I'm out, dog.
Yeah.
I don't know how to build air domes. You could probably teach me though.
Yeah,
I'll learn how to build an air dome.
that would be pretty sweet.
Yeah, and then some people are like, we shouldn't bring microbes up there. I don't even know what microbe. A lot of people think we shouldn't go because they just want to study it. They're like, it's untouched. It's like, bitch, we've sent so much shit up there.
Yeah,
like
rovers.
I think it's 3 out of 40 Mars missions have been successful.
Really?
At landing on the planet. That also scares the fuck out of me because it's like, I don't know if you've seen how long it took Elon Musk rockets to learn how to land on Earth.
Well, I don't know, but I did just watch the what was it? The Heavy Falcon.
Yeah, the
just
SpaceX launch.
Just launched like yesterday, and the fucking rocket boosters came down and re-landed on the Earth instead of splashing on the fucking ocean or whatnot.
They just learned how to do that, by the way.
I know, that's
like,
pretty cool.
Recently.
Yeah.
But that's what I don't want to be the challenger. You know what I'm saying? That goes to Mars.
If you got to be the challenger, you got to be the challenger. There's going to be sacrifice no matter what.
I mean, agreed for sure. But it's like, do I want to go? Or do I want to wait 20 years and see when it's like commercially available? Bring the fam on a little vacation.
I think if you wait that long, the pizzazz will be gone.
I don't know, bro. I want to go to space for sure.
Absolutely.
And that's what I think that's great about the time that I was born, is I think that's actually going to be a possibility without being an astronaut, like sooner than later.
Yeah.
Especially like you said, the heavy Falcon landing.
Yeah.
And that shit really excites me, just about like wide awake up, because like I might go to space one day. Like, that's dope as fuck.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I feel like the first ticket to Mars is going to be one way, is also my point. Like, you'd have to be willing to just go up there, dog. And, like, at least for a couple years before, like, space travel gets better. Because I think it's like I actually don't know, but I'm assuming it's a long-ass journey.
Yeah, I think to the moon it's like 237,000 miles or some shit.
Oh, yeah, it's a fucking...
And I think it's...
But, I mean, you're also hurtling through space on, like, a fucking... Like, no gravity, no friction, in a vacuum. Like, hauling ass. But
I think one of the cool ideas about that is... Because I've read a little bit on it. The further you get away from Earth, the less you age.
I mean...
Because time is actually slower.
That's traveling at, like, light speed, though.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, in anything relative to Earth, you're going to age quicker than you will... just going out in space.
Yeah, there's like a twin paradox where if like you left one twin on Earth and the other twin like went to Mars for like a couple years, it'd be like...
they did like the black hole. If you did like a phase call or whatever, you could literally hear them in slow motion if they're by the black hole or...
Oh, yeah. I think going to Mars would be a minuscule effect. I think it's like somewhere like minutes... You'd be minutes younger or minutes older.
Yeah.
And that's like a long amount of time to go. I think. I don't really, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's that. I think, because that has to do with, like, you've seen Interstellar?
I have not.
That movie's a fucking trip, bro.
I heard it was really good.
Bro.
Is that a Born Identity guy or whatever?
Wait, maybe. I have trouble remembering who stars in it, but man, they go somewhere. It's kind of like Captain America. You know how like he got frozen and then he came back and his wife's real old?
No.
Oh yeah, you don't watch Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Captain America's whole like thing is like they made him a super soldier.
Okay.
And then he got frozen and he was in love with this like detective lady. And when he got unfrozen and like came into like 2014, like she was like 80. And I think Interstellar does something with that, but like like every minute they're on a planet is like a year at home or something.
Yeah.
It's something crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And bro, that movie, I don't want to spoil it because you need to see that movie. Like, I'm talking on the level of like Inception, like a legendary movie status, definitely. But yeah, no, I wouldn't worry about it going to Mars, but that's definitely when you get into like interstellar travel. Like, because imagine you just want to go to a space station, like once we're intergalactical.
Yeah.
Inter something, whatever the word is.
Yeah, intergalactic.
Yeah, an intergalactic species. That's how you say it.
Yeah.
You just like pop to a place and come back, and then like 10 years has passed, and you've been gone for like 6 months. It's a 6-month journey.
Yeah, put you in like cryogenic fucking sleep or whatever.
Yeah, to just travel.
Yeah.
Because it's going to take you years.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch, I don't know if I suggested it to you, but it's called Love, Death, Robots, I believe, on Netflix?
Yeah,
Did you watch all of them?
Seen it all, yeah.
All right. I don't want to spoil anything, but I want to talk about one of the episodes. So if you haven't seen Love, Death, Robots, shut this shit off and go watch that immediately. I would heavily suggest you watch that. But there's this one, and like it's my favorite concept. And like he wakes up out of the cryogenic thing, and this girl comes up to him, and it's like his wife, and he's like, "Yo, how did you get out here?" And she's like, "You're lost. Don't worry about that. Like, come with me." And they go to the room and they like bang, and then he's like, "This isn't right." He's like, "You're like my lover, And apparently I went millions of miles off course. Like, why are you here?
Yeah.
And she's like, just let me make you comfortable. And he's like, no, tell me what the fuck's up. And so she shows him what's up.
Yeah.
She like removes the whole mask and
yeah,
she's
the
like just this
veil.
being.
Yeah.
And his ship just got like stuck trillions of miles off course at the edge of the universe.
Yeah.
Like can't go home.
Yeah.
So you like red pill or blue pill. You either blue pill it and just like accept that you just this thing is just trying to keep you comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like an ugly thing. That's
yeah,
like what was
it's
crazy
not
about
pretty
it.
at all.
Yeah, or it was like you could red pill and see it, and it's like, but you can't even really live at that point.
Yeah.
And so that fucked me up, bro. That episode.
That was a very good episode. I liked it a lot.
Oh man, just talking about that gives me like the heat, like, cause that's what scares me about space is like it's literally just space. Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing.
Yeah.
For like, and if you just go the wrong way for a little bit, you also haven't seen Endgame, but this is in the trailer, so I'm not no Endgame spoilers. I wouldn't do that, but Tony Stark is just like lost in space, like, and he like turned his helmet on and he starts like talking to his wife. He's like, "So we fought Thanos," and he's like, "Now I'm fucking 20 light. I don't know exactly." He was like, "Now I'm like 200 million light years away from the next traffic stop. Just fucked, out of fuel. We'll run out of oxygen tomorrow."
Huh.
Like, fuck that, bro. That stresses me out.
Yeah, that would be put me into like a panic, I guess. But
it's like, what the
yeah,
the
you
fuck
can't
are
do
you
shit
gonna
about
do?
it. Yeah, you can't do shit about it.
Ugh, I don't like that. I don't like that scenario.
No, that's, I mean, a lot of people don't like drowning, but they still go swimming.
For sure. That's actually one of my fears, and that's like the worst way I could think of. But like, I love to swim. Not in the ocean though. I do not fuck with the ocean.
No, not one bit.
If we want to talk about my thalassophobia, we can get into that.
Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Really?
It's actually, I don't know. I like fucking torture myself. I follow a subreddit called Thalassophobia, and it's a bunch of people who are like me, and it's like, it'll be a picture of like, the camera's like 100 meters underwater, and it's just this wide fucking shot with just like a person in the water, and you can just see like all this open water around them.
Yeah.
And like that shit stresses me out.
Sketchy, bro. Yeah, not knowing what's around me, what's beneath me. I think the furthest I ever swam in the ocean was probably a couple 100 yards. And I mean, we would run across sandbars, of course, where we could touch, but damn, son, like, and I don't fuck with it like that. And it was just me, Yuri, I believe it was Mike, and we just swam out there, and we got pretty far, and we were like, okay, let's turn the fuck around. This shit's sketchy as fuck.
I used to do that at like 12, 13. I would swim out to sandbars and stuff. You would not catch me doing no shit like that now, though.
No.
And like I still had the same fear, but I didn't understand where it came from, really. So I couldn't like pinpoint it and be afraid of something.
Yeah.
But bro,
Yeah.
I've had too many bad experiences, just like not even bad, just like wake up calls.
Yeah.
Like this one time, this is gonna sound like some crazy shit. I don't really have time to get into a whole backstory, but we were playing volleyball on a sandbar, right? It was like a vacation spot, and like they brought you out there, and it was like a set up little like city in the water. They had like a bar set up on the sandbar.
That's pretty
like
sweet.
it was like a blow up. It was cool, and then they had just like fucking volleyball nets, just like stuff, and like we were just playing, you know, with like other people who were on vacation, and my family. Okay, and we were on like one side of the volleyball net, and they were on the other, and these people came out, and they were like, "Hey, we didn't tell y'all, but if we say get out the water, just get out the water."
Oh, hell no, man.
I was like, I'm like 9 or 10, bro. I was
Yeah.
like, okay. But anytime someone's ever told me something like that, like I'm not like, that won't affect me.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, that's just in case.
Yeah.
Like the one time it happens. But no. They're just trying to be chill.
Mm.
And I think the reason they told us is because they saw him coming, right? So they were like about to have to tell us to get out the water.
Yeah.
But they were like, all right, if we tell you to get out the water, get out the water.
Yeah.
And then literally like 5 minutes later, they were like, get out the water. So I was like, okay. So get out the water, bro. And like, bro, I don't want to like over exaggerate, but like thousands of jellyfish.
Really?
Just in like a school, just like across the sandbar. They
Oh,
were there
my
for like
fucking
10 minutes.
God.
But it was just kind of like, bro, what the fuck? Like, why
Like
is there
mass migration of fucking jellyfish,
oh
dude.
my God, dude, I don't like the
Never been stung by jellyfish, but
Really? I've only done once, and it was at like a beach when I was like 5.
no, I mean, we went to South Padre one time, and they were fucking everywhere, dude. Bad.
Oh, on
I
the
was
beach
like,
and shit?
nah, yeah, exactly. I'm like, nah, I'm good on all that bullshit. There were people parasailing, and man, I was talking to somebody, and they were like, yeah, you just look down and see fucking sharks below you, man. It's like, oh, hell no. You got me fucked up.
I've been parasailing, I think, like once, and you could see jellyfish, and like the dude who was doing it thought he was funny, like the dude driving the boat, and he would like let you dip into the water on your parasail, like let your feet touch, and I was like tripping. I was like, bro, don't put me in the boat.
Yeah.
Another time that I didn't think rules would apply to me.
Yeah.
I was going whitewater rafting, right?
Okay.
And the tourist was like, if you fall out the boat, he was like, you probably won't fall out the boat. So I stopped listening, right?
Yeah.
There. I was like, all right, I'm not going to fall out the boat. He just said, it's not going to happen, but if it does. And I was like, anytime you normally hear that, it's like,
okay,
you don't pay
this
attention.
happens a very fraction amount of time. And
what are the odds it's going to happen to me?
exactly.
I follow the fucking rules.
Yeah.
Well, the lady that was touring only worked there because her boyfriend worked there. And she was on our boat, our raft. Each raft holds like 8 people.
Yeah.
It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the tourist in the back, or tour guide. So like 9.
Yeah.
Well, this bitch has our boat going, and there's like a rock, and the rock has like not really a drop off, but it's stopping the water. Like the rock's out the water, and the water's kind of going around the rock.
Yeah.
But it's like a flat shelf. So we pull up to this thing sideways, and she's trying to turn us around it, but she's not because she doesn't know what she's doing.
Yeah.
And we hit it sideways, right? And they also said, they were like, if you fall out the boat, you'll probably just pop up next to the boat, get back in the boat, right?
Yeah.
Well, our boat stopped. So our boat stopped, and 2 people, like my dad and my cousin, flipped onto the rock. And then just got up, and I went over the rock and into the river.
Damn.
Just started going. And they also told us, they were like, if you end up in the water, lift your feet. Because if your feet catch a rock under the water, the river movement is going to force you under, and your foot's going to be stuck.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to swim without my feet, because I have my feet above the water. And I'm trying to swim. And like they were like, we're going to yell rope and throw you a rope. Everybody was yelling rope and throwing ropes at me.
Yeah.
And like I'm still trying to catch my bearings, bro. I swallowed some water, and then just like someone just grabbed me and just like one arm like just threw me into their boat, a different boat, because there was like a group of us, you know? And someone just like picked me up and just threw me into their boat, and I was like, bro. They gave me a free T-shirt though.
Really?
Shouts out to those people. I don't know what company it was. Somewhere in Tennessee.
Okay, nice. Huh.
But yeah, fuck the water, dude. In general. I mean, rivers don't even have really anything bad in them, but just like fuck that shit.
Yeah. Well, they can, you know, fucking
exactly.
bull sharks and shit, man. Those things can go in salt water and fresh water.
Yeah. Also,
I don't fuck with that.
I'm glad before I was anxiety ridden and afraid of the water that I went in a submarine, because I would never do that now. Never.
What kind of submarine?
Just a submarine. It was
like how big?
I don't know. We went to Hawaii when I was in like 4th grade, right?
Okay.
And we went in a submarine, and like you're like sitting, and there's like these windows on the whole thing, and it's like a do you ever seen double-decker buses?
Yeah.
It's like meant for tourists. Like it had like rows of seats, and they had like a little gift shop in the submarine. You could buy a little submarine. Yeah.
Huh.
And they had little like snow globes and shit. And yeah, bro, fuck no. We went down to the bottom, and like you can like see sharks and shit just sitting on the bottom of the ocean. And you're like, bro, I swam here earlier.
Yeah.
Like I was swimming like 200 yards that way like this morning, and there's just a black tip, like I think they're tiger sharks, I want to say.
Okay.
But just sitting on the bottom of the ocean, bro.
Yeah, my whole fear would be, what if that motherfucker, like the submarine implodes or some stupid shit, dog. Like, I mean, you're several hundred feet probably in the water.
You're fucked.
Yeah, the pressure's gonna fucking crush that thing into a pulp.
You're gonna be fucked in it, and if you try to, you can't just get out.
No,
because if you get out, it's gonna have to fill with water.
Yeah,
before it can like equally pressurize, so you can get out.
Yeah,
and once it's pressurized 300 feet underwater, unless you're a trained diver, your body's not gonna.
No.
gonna be a fucking pancake.
Yeah.
On some real shit, bro.
Yeah.
I don't like the ocean.
No.
I like lakes and like pools. Like if you got like a 20-foot deep pool, I'm not afraid of deepness. Like I'll go to the bottom.
Yeah.
But like,
no, I don't like lakes. I had an experience. We were out at Christopher Montadon's lake, and we were tubing, having a fucking good time. And I can't remember. I think I was tubing with Chris. They had 2 separate tubes, and I flew out, and they like pulled up with next to me on the boat. They were like, "Yo, we're almost out of gas. We gotta leave you here." And I was like, "Huh, dude? I'm like fucking 12, bro."
Jesus.
And I mean, I'm out in the middle of this fucking lake. They were like, "Just fucking stay above water so nobody will run you over." I was like, oh my fucking God, bro. And they legit fucking left me there, went back to the camp, got gas, and came and got me. It was like 15 minutes, dude. I was in this water. I was like,
treading, or you had a life jacket?
I had a life jacket on.
Okay.
You gotta have that.
Yeah, to go tubing, yeah.
But dude, the entire time I was like, oh my fucking God, there's gonna be alligators and shit gonna eat me, like freaking out.
Obviously, you didn't need to freak out, but
no,
because I mean, you could be in the ocean treading water too. Not saying someone's gonna come eat you.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, bro. That's first of all, if they pulled up to you in the boat, they should have.
I swear to God, dude. I swear to God.
They're like, nah, fuck you. I'm getting in the boat right now.
I swear, man.
But fuck that. But I went snorkeling, not even scuba diving. I'm not gonna call it scuba. I went snorkeling. I don't know how old I was. We went to Florida, and I was snorkeling with my parents, and like not even life threatening, not scary.
Yeah.
But like the way it was handled, to me, was like traumatizing. But. Because, like, the instructor freaked out, which is understandable. It's his way of living. And if someone gets hurt on his expedition.
Yeah.
Like, so, but anyways, you get on a boat and they give you, we had, like, wetsuits, bro. I had, like, a purple wetsuit. And they give you goggles and a little snorkel. And they're just like, swim in the ocean. Just go swim around.
Where were you at?
Florida.
Okay.
Pretty sure. A long time ago. I was, like, fucking young. Like, 8, 9-ish.
Yeah.
And they're like, swim. And they're like, this means okay. They were like, if we throw you this from the boat, you throw it back, we know you're good. And I'm like, but I can swim though.
Yeah.
So I'm swimming around and I'm looking and it's beautiful. Like I've never seen clear water because I was this is before I'd been to Hawaii. So I'd never seen clear water before. This is like my first time out of Texas. And so like I'm loving it, bro. You can see like the coral at the bottom and like seaweed and shit.
Yeah.
And like I come up out the water and nobody's in the water. And the dude on the boat's like, come here.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, bro. And so like I'm like, yo, sharks, what?
Yeah.
I don't know if
everything is running through your mind.
Everything, bro. And so I get close to the boat and the dude's next thing he pulls me up and I'm like, yo, what was it? And he was like, a barracuda. Only thing I knew about a barracuda at the time is that it killed Nemo's family. So I knew barracudas were bad. That was all I knew. And so, and they had apparently been watching it and had like come up close to us. And I had seen this thing and not known what it was.
Yeah.
But like just down in the seaweed, bro, like a fucking, like not even a snake, but just this long fucking like just scaly looking, just like dragon creature. Barracuda, bro. You ever seen a barracuda?
I haven't, no.
Oh, God. I've never seen one up close.
Yeah.
But even to this day, like I've never Googled a picture.
Yeah.
But like, bro, I don't even have to fact check. I remember what that hoe looked like. Like,
yeah.
Like like some shit that I was in his territory, and like it found out and just seen us, and then like apparently came close. I don't like when they told me where it was, and they were like, it's down there. I was like, oh yeah, I did see that thing down there. I didn't realize it was coming close to us and like potentially stalking us.
Yeah.
You know? Like fuck that, bro.
Yeah, that's an apex predator in certain fucking regions,
in
dog.
the fucking water. And that's also what I tell people. Because I could kill a mountain lion with my bare hands.
Yeah.
We've talked about this numerous times.
Absolutely.
And that's because I have evolved on land to defend myself and be a predator on land.
Yeah.
I can swim good. It can swim better.
Yeah.
That's my whole gist.
Yeah.
I can punch on land. I can't punch underwater.
No.
I can't rip out eyes underwater. I can try.
Yeah. It's
but
going to be very inefficient.
Very inefficient, dude.
Yeah.
All right, we're moving on from the water thing. We started talking about Mars. I don't know how the fuck we got on water, but it's
No
your
idea.
turn. What you
Okay.
bring today?
I wanted to talk about the fiat money system we've got.
Fiat.
Yeah.
F-I-A-T?
Yeah.
Like fiat?
Yeah. You ever heard of it?
Mm-mm.
So, the currency in this country is a fiat country or currency as far as the rest of the major currencies in the rest of the world as well. The euro, the fucking
Yen.
yeah, all that bullshit.
The pound.
Yeah, a fiat currency is not backed by anything as far as gold or silver. It's a full faith and credit fucking thing.
Right.
So there's a few good things about it, but there's also problems I see with it.
Right.
We were a gold
Standard, right?
We were a commodity. We had a commodity currency for a while, from like 1879 to 1933, I believe.
Right.
But the whole problem I see with the fiat currency is I don't have faith in this fucking country.
Right. A lot of people don't.
Yeah, no. I don't see how our money is still valuable. They keep raising or they keep inflating the money.
Right.
With a commodity currency, you can only print so much money as you have gold.
Right.
The Federal Reserve can just flick on the printing press and create more money, which inflates the whole fucking dollar, bringing the actual value of it down. They did away with it for one reason.
The gold standard they did away with? Okay.
Yeah. Whenever the Great Depression happened, people were hoarding gold like fucking crazy. You could actually go to any of your banks, hand them, because at the time, gold was worth $20.67 for an ounce.
Okay. Damn.
Yeah.
It's like
wild. It's like $12.70 now.
Yeah.
So you could go to your bank, trade in, $50, get a couple ounces of gold.
Right.
When the Great Depression hit, people were pulling all their fucking cash, trading it in, getting their gold, and they were hoarding on it, sitting on that shit.
Yeah, for sure.
The Federal Reserve tried fixing it by raising the interest rates, making the money more valuable, or the cash itself.
Yeah.
But
the gold less valuable than
cash. It actually fucked up the economy even more. Shit. So, FDR...
Franklin D. Roosevelt.
Yep. He shut down all the banks and turned in all the gold to the Federal Reserve and didn't completely do away with it. They completely did away with it in like 1971.
Right.
But when the banks reopened, he also induced he did legislature to prohibit private ownership of gold, bullion, all that shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You couldn't have it. So that actually made the fucking, what is that place? Fort Knox Reserve.
Okay.
I think we should go back to a gold standard. I know it would completely devastate our entire economy.
Currently, yes.
Yes.
For a little bit.
Yes. Which is why I think just fucking creating money out of thin air is a big problem, because there's nothing backing it aside from me, you, the rest of the population saying, okay, this piece of paper is worth $1,
right,
$20, whatever. But in reality, you can't go and trade them in anymore for gold. It's a credit. It's money because our government says it's money, and I don't see that being right.
Well, I think it works because everybody wants it to work.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm not saying
that's the only way it can work.
Right, but you would have to have a large portion of the population all of a sudden being like, that's not worth anything, which it would have to then not be worth anything.
Yeah.
But the U.S. dollar has like I think one of the highest exchange rates in the world as far as like making it into pesos, making it into this.
It is. It's the most valuable currency on the market.
And so it would have to be more than just America, because you said you don't trust the country.
Yeah.
The whole world would have to suddenly decide. They'd be like, well, fuck the dollar, and then we'd be fucked. Because if our dollar becomes worthless for importing and exporting, that's when we're fucked. I don't think because American people, of course, want American currency to work.
Yeah. Well,
because I know people, you talked about hoarding gold. I know people who hoard cash, and that shit to me is stupid.
Yeah.
Because I honestly don't. I like carrying my cash. I'm a server. I keep my cash on me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I have a bank account. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't think I could see saving gold to be appreciating in value, but if you're saving dollars, so if you put up $100, you think in 50 years that's going to buy you shit?
No, it's going to be less than what it's actually worth when you put it up.
Exactly. And I don't think that's good. Because, I mean, people talk about money being inflated. Money's constantly inflated. Our currency's already inflated.
Yeah.
A dollar's worth like what? Actually like 76 cents or something?
Well, if you take $1 back in, 1970, before you couldn't exchange it for any gold, $1 back then was worth about $15 now.
Right.
So
But is that a market issue or is that a currency issue?
I believe that's a currency issue, because I mean, what's to stop anybody from keep on printing the shit? It's going to completely devalue the money.
Well, I mean, that's like people who say to turn on the printing press just to pay off, but that's to pay off a national debt.
Yeah.
Like trillions, but that would be an inflation that would be detrimental. But they say to print that much money, you literally have to run all the printing machines in America for, I think it's some crazy amount of time. I don't know exactly.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to be able. That's illogical to think you can just print your way out of it. But they print the money and send it to other countries, foreign countries and whatnot, debts to them. We're not going to print our own money to pay our own debts.
Yeah, no, exactly, for sure not. But that's what I'm saying. That's the type of inflation that would cause the kind of mass depression like you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like in Venezuela. Didn't this whole thing in Venezuela start because they inflated the shit out the currency and then it went to a Great Depression, then a bad dictator rose up out of it and then a coup happened and now Venezuela looks like shit.
Yeah, well, their whole fucking I've seen pictures of their money just sitting in culverts. Completely worthless.
And we're talking like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah. I think it's like a carton of eggs or something is like 60,000 of their currency.
That happened in Germany after World War II.
Yeah.
People would come in literally with baskets full of dollars, and people would turn over the basket and steal the basket because it was worth more than the hundreds of thousands of dollars you're about to get milk and eggs with.
Yeah.
But I think that's because, I don't know. I think, though, that's because Germany printed a bunch of money to pay off their debt for the war.
Yeah.
And that fucked their whole money. Like, they had too much paper.
Yeah.
And because now, I mean, we're damn near to the point where if you see a nickel on the ground, you don't pick it up. And that's because of inflation, which is pretty much almost the same thing happening. We're just not to $1 bills being worthless and $5 bills being worthless. But when a $1 bill is equivalent to a quarter, I mean, you see it on the side of the road, it just might not be your fucking worth your time to pick it up.
No.
But also, something that you're into that could come out of this is, what are they called? Cryptocurrencies.
Yes.
Because, but you could have the same problem with cryptocurrency.
No, you can't.
Well, not with Bitcoin because you have to mine Bitcoin.
Well, Bitcoin, there's only
so much.
Yeah, there's in the entire existence of Bitcoin, there will only be 21 million Bitcoins.
Yeah, and it's set to stop.
Yeah.
Eventually, like once you mine it all, there's no more.
Yeah. But Bitcoin and any other cryptocurrency, there's no middleman.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
is there a middleman with American dollars?
Absolutely.
The federal government?
Yeah. I mean, you've got to go through your bank. Your bank's got to go through fucking Federal Reserve. Federal Reserve's got to go through another country's bank or their, international fucking centralized banking system or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then they've got to go through their local bank or whatever, and then the person gets the money.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of interest rates. There's a lot of bullshit that goes through with all that. For crypto, you can be in New Zealand,
mm-hmm.
and I can just send you money, just me to you.
Right. Mm-hmm.
The blockchain there doesn't require any other middleman.
I mean, we're kind of getting there though with like Venmo and stuff, Cash App. I can just text you $20. I don't know if that has to go through banks, like you said. There's a whole bunch, but I mean, there's no cost to it.
Yeah.
Like
well, it's not going to cost you anything. It's going to cost the banks.
I lied. It cost because actually I did it the other day with Anthony, and for him to get it immediately, it cost him like 27 cents or something. It was
per
like,
dollar or just one-time fee?
One-time fee.
Okay.
But it was for that transaction.
Yeah.
I gave him 50.
Mm-hmm.
Right? 'Cause I don't remember. He helped me do my bathroom.
Yeah.
So I Venmo'd him $50, and because I was like, bro, I don't have cash on me.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is your only option. So when when he got the Venmo on his phone, it was like, wait this long for it to like transfer banks and go to your card, or it's like, if you want it right now, pay this and we'll put it in your account. And I'm guessing that's Venmo's money, and then Venmo's just waiting on my bank to back them up, and so it's like a convenience charge maybe.
Yeah.
Or like you said, a middleman charge. But
yeah. Well, that's like any kind of convenience store. They're charged. You can't buy anything under $3, $5 or whatever because
case of Cokes there is like $7.
Yeah.
Just because it's convenient. It's right there.
Well, I would have bought one Monster instead of two, but it was $2.91, and the convenience store has a $3 minimum that they're going to be charged from a credit card company.
Oh yeah.
So it's not worth it for them to use a credit card on a $3 charge.
Mm-hmm. They're not making no money.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. So what do you think? Okay, so say we were to go back to the gold standard, how would we go about doing that? Like, well, run me through like the process and then potential downsides, potential upsides to doing it.
Well, there's a lot of critiques, I guess, with gold standards. Is your country, your federal government, whatever, can't spend more than they obviously have in gold,
right?
And that wouldn't allow them to do certain things,
like a military budget worth $600 billion a year.
Yeah. Now, as far as getting rid of it, I don't think it's gonna happen ever.
Yeah, no.
I think I think we're stuck.
We're strictly talking hypothetical though.
Yes.
We're just spitballing, but I mean, good to have conversation.
Yeah. I mean,
it puts limits on people who can just magically print money, is what you're saying?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Because we don't have the $600 billion for our army, our military every year.
No.
Like that's why we're in national debt.
Yeah. We don't have the fucking 20 trillion we have.
Yeah.
In debt. I mean, it's just not gonna happen. I don't even think we have 20 trillion in fucking gold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No.
If to switch back to pay, even if we did switch back to pay all of our debt, I don't think it would happen.
Right. Well, I don't think switching back would immediately give us the money to pay our debt either. I don't think that, like you said, there's not enough raw resources.
Yeah, no.
Or we'd have been paid it off with raw resources.
Yeah, no.
The economy collapse I'm waiting for is going to be in our area, which is exactly why. If you don't know, Southeast Texas, where we're from, is about 97% fucking refinery.
Yeah.
Like anybody who's making money in this area, like all the kids I graduated high school with that have moolah now, are all because they're op managers or doing something around refineries.
In a plant, yeah.
Everybody's switching to renewable, which I fully support. But is our economy going to take one fucking gut punch from that shit?
Yeah, no.
Best believe. You don't think so?
No.
Why not?
What do you mean take a gut punch? Put like an impact on our economy if we switch? Oh,
down
absolutely.
Here,
yeah.
Local
do
economy.
I think it's going to happen? I don't know.
Bro,
I mean, the whole world, to trade oil, it has to be through the U.S. petrodollar.
Right.
Nobody's going to switch to the fucking, pound. You can't.
Well,
it's a standard. You have to use the U.S. petrodollar.
I'm just saying the lack of work and stuff. Because refineries are right now, refineries down here are booming.
Yeah.
But I honestly see everybody driving electric cars in the next 4 years. I don't know if you heard what Elon said, but he said if you don't own a Tesla in 2022, it's going to be like driving a horse around, like in a horse and carriage.
Yeah, I heard that there's something like 3 million electric cars on the road today, and by 2020 or I don't know, 2022 maybe, there's supposed to be 150 million.
That's what I'm saying. There's only 350 million people in America.
Yeah.
Something like that. Don't quote me.
Yeah, it's about right.
But that's only one thing. But I, for one, if I ever when I get some decent money and I plan on buying a house, I plan on having solar panels. I plan on having self-sustaining off the grid stuff.
Yeah.
And not even because government or whatever, just because it's better for the environment and I want to do my part. But, I mean, refineries, not now, not today, not tomorrow, not next year necessarily, but one day they're going to run out of demand. And there's going to have too much supply.
Yeah.
We make a lot of oil down here.
A lot.
And for sure, some of it, like freighters and stuff, you're always going to have who need oil. Giant cruise ships.
Yeah.
We're not going to get rid of all that. I can't see us getting, anytime in the near future, a giant electrical powered cruise ship. I don't think it's doable at this point. There's not a lithium battery big enough.
No.
But, so it would be able to sustain, but when there's a boom, there's a crash.
Yeah.
So we're booming right now. And we'll boom for maybe 2 more, 3 more, 4 more, 5 more, 6 more years. But what happens when all of that, the necessity for oil is just gone? Down here, it's going to, that's my mom's industry. That's this kid I went to school with, Christian's industry. That's a big part of, just life down here. Every family you talk to knows someone who's in the refinery.
Yeah.
You're either talking to somebody that's in a refinery.
Yeah.
Someone's husband's in the refinery, someone's kids, someone's grandpa.
That would absolutely devastate this area.
I think it's going to. It's not a will, it's a when.
Yeah. Yeah.
When it will devastate the area.
Yeah. I don't know about whether it'll take more of the country with it. I mean, I know there's more plants, other parts of the country.
We're not the only place.
Yeah, obviously. But, just this region, I don't know if it would be that great of an effect for the rest of the country, but...
No, yeah, I think it'll be positive in a lot of places.
Yeah.
Because, you got to think car factories, you still have to run. If you switch to oil or to wind turbine or something, you still got to employ people.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not going to take there's still going to be jobs available with the electric energy.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's much, honestly.
No. It probably wouldn't be a half.
And since we're so stuck on oil, I don't see us switching. I don't see anybody being progressive, and not even progressive in that way, but progressive thinking enough to be like, well, we're fucked.
Yeah. That's like the cannabis industry. Mm-hmm. Yes, it's moving along, but it could easily devastate a ton of industries: paper, clothing.
Oh yeah,
biofuel, medicine.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's why I think it's being held back just as well as the oil industry.
I don't know if you know this, but we'll go off the record real quick.
Okay.
We live in Texas. Marijuana is illegal. But recently, I talked to some of my scandalous friends. And so all of the recreational drugs that we get down in this area are all black market.
Yes.
Even when people think they're getting California stuff, it's not. It's made by a cartel. The boxes are bought online. They're putting it together themselves, and they're selling it like it's legal.
Yeah. Because
it gives people comfort. Recently, there hasn't been any supply left, of black market stuff, and it's because to ensure the legal taxed system of recreational drugs going on in America, they're paying regular people like bounties to just destroy crops of recreational drugs, just wipe them out. So they're trying to hurt the black market to keep the taxed regular version up and running, because I mean,
if the government's not getting any money, they're not gonna stand for that shit.
That's what I'm saying, and that's what's starting to happen. And so you're seeing them go after the black market now. And because in like Oregon, bro, when they were like one of the pioneers for legalizing marijuana, it was, you wanted an ounce, it was more than $280.
Really?
More than 10. Yeah, it was like 300 because it was considered legal gas.
Yeah.
And now, bro, you're looking at $50 ounces. Same stuff.
Yeah.
Same, just as potent, if not potenter.
Yeah.
Just too much supply, not enough demand. Because you can grow and go through the FDA and do all this stuff to sell your legal weed, or you could just get it from a cartel.
Yeah.
Much cheaper.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of people doing legal stuff behind closed doors, dirty. And so it has turned to them attacking the black market, which in non-legal states, you can really feel it. And that's what, at least that's what, I don't know, I don't have like a source other than like stoner friends, but
yeah,
that's what I've gotten.
Okay.
Is that like this area's supply has gone down greatly, and like the choices that you can make have gone down greatly because targeting of black market industries.
Yeah. Well, they're also looking, that's another thing about cryptocurrency, is it would definitely hurt any type of criminal activity, because if you take away the cash, I mean, yes, I can still send you,
So I'm saying you have untraceable currency though.
But it's not completely untraceable. You can see the amount, you just can't see who it is. I mean, there are different currencies that are much more secure. You can, you can't see a damn thing about it. But as far as like Bitcoin, you can still see the amount. Anybody.
Well, I know I've never personally ordered any drugs off the internet.
No.
But I have some friends who have ordered a lot of drugs off the internet.
Like what, deep web shit?
I mean, you can call it, I mean, it's called the dark web, and people try to make it like, oh, it's a fucking web browser that's encrypted so no one knows what's going on.
Okay. And
it basically bounces your IP off of like 80 different other people's. I'd probably explain this terribly, but
yeah.
When you get it's called a torrent browser. I don't know what it's called. I haven't used it in so long.
Okay.
But it makes your computer part of its system, and it uses your computer, everybody else who has one, and it uses them as like a ping, 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 and it bounces so you can't trace it.
Okay.
So then it's not like, oh, well, you went to this webpage and ordered these Chinese drugs. It's like you don't know who the fuck got on the internet. That's what the whole, and that is why illegal shit goes on. That's why you hear those scare stories.
Yeah.
But for the most part, bro, it's a fucking browser. Okay?
Yeah.
Like, but what is sketchy is, you know what a URL code is?
No.
HTTP
//
www whatever.
Yeah.
You have to have that exact thing. You can't just, there's no search bar and you're like, dun. Like, you have to go to like a forum and a thread and get URLs and copy and paste the exact thing to go anywhere.
Okay.
So if there's websites that people have made and they don't want no one knowing, they just don't have to give the URL out. You'll never find it.
Huh.
There's probably, bro, and that's what's scary about it. But you can also order a lot of drugs. Pure uncut cocaine, pure uncut Molly by like pounds, bro, just from China.
Yeah.
And they use Bitcoin. A lot of it.
Yeah.
And not really a lot of it now, but like,
I mean, as far as like person to person,
right?
I
mean, it technically is. It's from your bank account to somebody else's bank account. You can see it. You can't see who it was, and you don't know what it was for. So
I mean, I know eventually if we did go to cryptocurrency, like everybody or whatever, everybody would eventually have cryptocurrency to do this. But as far as right now, people using cryptocurrency, it's going to outdo the or it's gonna hurt the cash currency market as
Right.
far as black market.
Yeah, but I
mean,
people
sooner
are
or
just-
later, everybody's gonna go to cryptocurrency. I think it's inevitable.
I see like that's the cool thing is because you won't necessarily have to have a universal currency, which is something I see being totally totalitarian, something that one person can control the value of.
Yeah.
But there's like you said, there's multiple. One might be the top dog, but I don't think that's gonna completely shut out the whole industry to other options.
No, absolutely. And anybody can create their own cryptocurrency. Anybody. You don't have to have.
Really?
Yeah. All you gotta do is know how to code. That's it.
Well, I kind of know how to code. I can do like JavaScript. No, a little C++. That's about it.
Yeah. No, I mean, like you said, I think there will be several different big-time winners for cryptocurrencies.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Not one universal currency, which is what would be scary to me.
You use one, going to Starbucks, quick transactions.
Mm-hmm.
The other one's, locked in a fucking vault you can't even get into. That'll be like, your savings account or whatever.
What worries me about that is, you ever watch Rick and Morty?
Yes.
He crashes the whole the Rick government, or I don't remember the name. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
But there's a civilization in space that has universal income, and he's like, we gotta crash them real quick. And he's like, what are you gonna do? And he like goes into the and he changes the 1.00 value to 0.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, who the fuck's paying us to figure this out?
Yeah.
Like there's immediate anarchy, which I don't think it would actually go something like that. But if all of a sudden a cryptocurrency that you had your savings in all of a sudden wasn't worth shit,
yeah,
you get fucked.
Yeah.
Get fucked bad.
Absolutely.
And that's what worries me. And I mean, that's the same thing with Bitcoin. Because, bro, I have this fucking friend.
Okay.
His name is Caleb. I want to have him on here. He's so interesting. He's super smart, bro.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm interesting and smart, but when I talk to this motherfucker, I'm like, damn. And he
know.
came to me in like 10th grade, bro.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, bro, so I've done some stuff, and I think Bitcoin's going to blow up. He was like, you want to go $400 with me? Being a sophomore kid, I was like, fuck no.
Yeah.
I was like, $400 for what? And I swear, like 2 years later, bro, it was worth $1,200 a Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And I could have got him for like $20 a pop. And he told me to, bro.
Yep.
He was like, come do it. And, bro, I'd have made some cash, dude.
Oh, yeah.
And to this day, I regret that decision wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
But
I mean, what are you going to do?
I mean, I was a sophomore, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't have $400 to think about investing. I was
Yeah,
worried about much bigger shit than that at that time.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's a true story. Like, someone came to me who knew, and they were like, bro, we should do this. And I was like, dude, come on now.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Yeah. I think I've met Caleb. He did the Cutco knives for a while.
Yes, that
okay,
Caleb. Yeah, you know Caleb.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
Yeah, very cool. Intelligent too, man.
Yeah.
And if you ever came out with another business proposition, bro, I'd totally probably take that shit up in a minute. Cause just like cause no one was talking about that, bro. And like, he was the one who turned me on to the dark web. And like, not necessarily just him. Like, I also learned, he told me about it, and then I did it myself through like using YouTube and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, if you know what to look up Onion browser. Like, it'll give you steps to install it once you get there.
Okay.
But yeah. Wait, did you go first and then I went?
No. You went, then I went.
So it's my turn?
Yeah.
All right. I got it. So this is kind of like a old school of thought. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Just not old school of thought. Like like old. What's it called?
I don't know.
Like something that makes you think. What? Old brain teaser? No, that's not it. Thought experiment. There we go.
Okay.
That's what it's called.
Okay.
Old thought experiment. Definitely stolen. You probably heard it a bunch. But if you had the opportunity to, would you go back and kill baby Hitler? Or any major event that you could change, like whether or not 9/11 happened, whether or not this happened. Would you do it?
Probably not.
Good choice.
Just because, I mean, this is just my belief. I believe everything is not predetermined, but already accounted for the best possible way. And I believe Hitler, I mean, as bad as he was, he had to be a part of that plan to make the best part happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, 100%. Because
so, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I would.
Can I tell you something crazy?
What's that?
Goes in. So, when I was looking into this, because there's paradoxes that come up when you do this, and one of them is called the predestination paradox. And this ties in with the first Kung Fu Panda movie. So just follow me.
All right.
It's called the predestination paradox, and it's so say you went back to do something, right? You go back in time to stop an event. Then when you get back to the future, you going back is what caused the event to happen. Being it's predestined. Like you said, you feel like everything's supposed to happen. Yeah. And that's kind of how the paradox goes. It's like if you went back to do something, you just find out that the reason when you went back, that was the reason it happened. Or say if you went back and then you saw that what you did was going to make it happen. Yeah. And you decided not to make it happen, that's what makes it happen. Because you didn't do anything. Yeah. And it's like no matter what, it was going to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And man, there's a line in Kung Fu Panda that changed my fucking life.
Okay.
So they read a prophecy, blah, 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 blah. They pick the dragon warrior. And Master Shifu sends a bird to go check on, what is his name? The bad guy. The big jaguar dude.
Okay.
Who used to be his student.
Yeah.
And so he goes back. And while he's there, the rhinos who are guards, pat him.
Yeah.
And one of his feathers falls. And it lands next to the cheetah. And he, takes it. And that's actually how he gets out of the chain was because of the feather.
Okay.
But you don't see this, but when Shifu, I don't even know if his name's Shifu. I hope to God it's Shifu, Master Shifu. Yeah, but he's talking to the old turtle dude. Yeah. Right? And the turtle dude's like, trying to avoid your fate is what'll lead you to it. He says something along those lines.
Yeah.
And so, but the fact that he sent the bird to make sure the guards were doubled up on is the whole reason he got out. And he was like, trying to avoid fate is what brings you to fate. And because he sent the bird to avoid fate, that was what made fate happen. And I think that kind of ties in with, would you go back and kill baby Hitler just to grow up and be Hitler or something? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you're stuck in the past. I don't know.
Yeah.
But my whole fear with time travel. Yeah. I have a pact with myself. Okay. And it's if anybody offers me to go time traveling, it's
forward or back?
Either.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell them fuck no. Especially back. Yeah. Mainly back though, because I have First of all, we don't know how it works.
Yeah.
Messing with stuff like that. I mean, because also there's the butterfly effect. Yeah. And if it's not predestined, if the predestined, whatever it's called, I just read it.
The single timeline we're on.
Yeah, isn't actually stable and doesn't, everything just happens for a reason. It's going to continue to happen. You can fuck some shit up.
Oh, yeah.
Some shit up.
You step on an ant.
You fucked.
The whole volcano fucking blows up.
Something.
Yellowstone or some bullshit.
Yeah. Also, I feel like I'll go back, live up to that point again, right?
Yeah.
Go back, live up to that point again, go back, live up to that. That seems like a time loop to me. That seems.
What do you mean, live up to that point again? Oh, you mean as far as go back, live up to where you go back, then you go back again?
So say you got stuck.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So then when you live up to the future, you're like, I'm going to go back and save myself. And then you get stuck again. And then you're like, I'm going to go back and save myself. And then you get stuck again.
Yeah.
Never mind.
That's, I haven't seen the movie, but that sort of reminds me of The Edge of Tomorrow.
Never seen it. Wait, is that the one with Tom Cruise?
Yes. Yeah, where he's got to he dies every day, and he's got to keep going further and further. Never seen it, but that just kind of reminds me of it.
and it probably wouldn't even work like that, but I've told myself that if it was ever an option to me, even as like tourism, that I wouldn't do it because of time loops. And I really don't want to be stuck in one.
Yeah, no.
Living forever, the same shit over and over.
That would be probably damn near hell.
So like, what if it didn't? Well, because the whole thing with time travel is it's supposed to send present you, to the past.
Yeah.
So you having the hindsight you have can change the past, right?
Yeah.
But what if it doesn't work like that? What if you're just moving your current consciousness into your past body's consciousness and then moving on? So then you're living. You know, I don't know how the fuck it'll work, but I feel like it would have a time loop in it. I don't want nothing to do with that.
So,
bro.
I mean, what you're saying is, you mean like you go back in time and you forget everything?
Yes, and then you live up and then you do the same thing again.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and then you don't realize you're doing it.
Yeah.
But for the rest of your life, you're making the same decision to go back in time.
Over and over
again. And so like what if I'm already in a time loop? What if I already went back once?
Yeah.
But this time when I get there, I'm going to be like, fuck no.
Yeah.
Fuck
But you can't.
Yeah. What?
But you can't say, fuck no, I'm not going to, because you're already in the time loop.
Well, that's how I'm going to break the time loop.
Okay.
I figured this time, if I'm in a time loop, it's the time to break it.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, that's why I've had this pact with myself.
Okay.
I refuse to go back in time. Maybe forward, fuck it. I don't care. But backwards?
Yeah, I don't know. I think if time travel ever was a deal, I think it would only be forward. I don't think we could go back. Just because I think everything that's already happened, you know, like you said, predetermined fucking bullshit would keep you from going back.
Right.
You know, I believe you can go, forward possibly.
I mean, cryogenic sleep technically is time travel.
Yeah, I guess
it's
so.
keeping your current body.
Yeah.
So you wake up later. I mean, we can't even do that shit. I mean, we can freeze people. We don't know how to bring them back, though.
Yeah,
especially after years.
Yeah.
You have something else? The last topic before we sign off?
No, I don't think so. I got piss pretty bad.
You got pissed pretty bad?
Yeah.
All right, Mo. I think we'll end this here. I think that was definitely solid.
10-4.
If you're listening to this on the way to work, make sure you let us know, because we really appreciate it if you listen to the Joyride podcast on the way to work. It's the best way to experience us talking to one another. You got anything to say?
No. Have a good day.
Yep. Until next time.